My people, this one strong past me. This matter of Nnamdi Kanu and the federal government. If like say you no go end in this Buhari regime. Why am I saying this? Yesterday being 27th of April, now the federal government of Nigeria dragging Nnamdi Kanu to court. Instead of to release him, they add 9 new charges to his case. I beg me to listen to this.
We begin in Abuja, where the Supreme Court has granted leave to the federal government to bring 9 new grounds of appeal against the release of leader of indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu. A 5-member panel led by Justice John Okoro granted the leave while ruling on the motion by the council to the federal government, Tijani Gatsali. The Apex Court also granted leave to the federal government to include the 9 new grounds as part of his amended notice of appeal dated 28th October 2022.
Now I be waiting there on now. And no say court don't talk say make the release am. Now, as we are talking now, there is a very big issue now. I want make una listen waiting Nnamdi Kanu lawyer talk, what happened yesterday at the court. And make una hear the 9 count charges where they add to his case. But I want make una share this video so that people go see the injustice where they happen for that country where the Nigeria. I want make una share them so that everybody go see the kind of the injustice, the kind of bad government we will have in Nigeria. I beg, share this video.
Against the federal government, I've struck out 8 of the 15 counts in April 2022. Nnamdi Kanu was dissatisfied. We were dissatisfied. On his behalf, we approached the Court of Appeal, Abuja, to strike out the remaining 7 counts. And the Court of Appeal, Abuja, agreed with us after the arguments between us and the federal government that there was no basis retaining the remaining 7 counts of the 15 charge. And they also dismissed or struck out the remaining 7 counts. And guess what? They made a far-reaching pronouncement. Not only did they discharge Nnamdi Kanu of the counts, they also prohibited further detention of Nnamdi Kanu and also prohibited his being tried on the same charges of the same matter. So Nnamdi Kanu, from that 13th of October 2022, when the Court of Appeal delivered its epochal judgment, Nnamdi Kanu became a free man. A responsible and responsive government should just have opened the DSS doors for Nnamdi Kanu to go home a free man, to go and take care of his rapidly deteriorating head. You know what the federal government did? They came before the same Court of Appeal, but another panel this time, to argue for a stay of execution. And the Court of Appeal granted that stay of execution. So the court was staying the execution of the liberty of a citizen, which the same court had already told to go free. So we filed an appeal against that order for stay of execution and also cross-appealed against their main appeal. These things have been going on since October. What with the federal government, what do they normally do? They will file documents at the Supreme Court here. They will undertake to serve us, the respondent. They will hide the document. They will not serve us. They did that in November last year. It was when we went to the court in January this year to try to facilitate the hearing of the appeal that we discovered that they had filed a motion for extension of time since November last year, which they suppressed. Everything, as all the delays both at the Federal High Court, the Court of Appeal and the Supreme Court have always been actuated and activated and propelled and instigated by the federal government, because they never wanted Nnamdi Kanu to be tried. They never wanted their appeals to be heard. They are satisfied with simply keeping Nnamdi Kanu perpetually in the gulag. That's what they have been doing. And to buttress what I'm saying, only last night, yesterday, one at 2:39 p.m. and last night at 6:25 p.m. they served us further documents, further court processes which have again necessitating us today taking an adjournment. But in order not to fall into their cheap trap and to escape their cheap entrapment, what we have done today is to say all those funny and phony motions you will be filing. We want extension of time to file additional grounds. We are not opposing all of them. Let all of them go in. Let us go into the main appeal. So the main appeal, by the grace of God, has been adjourned to the 11th of May 2023, which is just less than 2 weeks, or about 2 weeks from now. So that what we have done now, they have been running, but they have no hiding place. We have boxed them into a corner now to say, let us hear this main appeal. So the Supreme Court has given them 6 days today, up to Thursday next week, up to Wednesday next week, to file their appellant's brief. We will also file a respondent's brief. We also have a cross appellant's brief, a cross respondent's brief to their main appeal, which has also been adjourned. And when we get to the bridge on that 11th, we will take all in one fell swoop by the grace of God. So I think the trials and tribulations of Nnamdi Kanu, by the special grace of God Almighty, will come to an end.